Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. The Chiefs won. I tell you, I mean, watching the Chiefs game, they really could have blown out the Jaguars. They really could have beat them by 20 points, but I think they won. They were just kind of, like, okay, we can beat them. Let's give our other people some chance. That Tony, that may be Tyreek Hill. Um, he seemed like he'll be a problem off the when he's not playing. But anyway, uh, Chiefs just got weapons for days. Schuster concussion protocol that looked pretty nasty. Your body's not meant to take those type of hits. It's just not meant to. It has a toll on you. Um, that's pretty good. But look at the Minnesota Vikings. They beat the Buffalo Bills at Buffalo. So I have to give the Vikes credit. I used to live in Minnesota, so I know football is really big up there. Um, but look at them doing what they do. Dallas lost to Green Bay, which seemed like Dallas just they can't beat Green Bay. I know I watch Skip and Shannon religiously, so I know Skip is going how he does. Um, 49ers look good. Man, they have a running game. It's not, they're not going to draw a lot of points on the board, but man, they're going to punish you. Look like they picking up steam. Look at Tom Brady, 5-5. If I haven't learned nothing in 20 years, learn that you better not count Tom Brady out. Because he seemed like once he talked about the divorce, he was like, he's been on point. And I think, he's like, okay, she's gone. I got nothing else but football. So he's putting all his energy in football. So, and it's probably it's a great outlet, healing for him. Let me see what other teams that play. Let me see. Dolphins look great, man. That tour, you're gonna pay that man whatever you want. Um, it tell you with the best weapons, you can be a good team. Justin Fields, I think he just said, you know what, I'm gonna run this ball. I know they want me to pass, but I'm gonna run. If they give him a little bit more weapons, he's like the next Cam Newton. Um, he got some wheels on him. Um, Broncos, they fail. I don't know what with Wilson. Is something going on there. What other major team that played? I can't even think about. LA, they lost. The Raiders, man, I don't know what. The Raiders got the tools. They just, maybe just McDaniel's just not a good coach. Maybe that's what's going on. Because the Raiders are supposed to be competitive. Um, I think, let me see, the Chargers is the one that played the 49ers. Now, if anybody can beat us, is the Chargers, and we're going to LA. So the Chiefs going to LA. That's the team that may be a problem next week. Because they angry. It was a competitive game, and they could have won that 49ers game. Seattle played Tampa. But I'm impressed with their quarterback. Seattle, kudos for him because I didn't know he's been in the league for 10 years. Geno Smith. I think that's the Indianapolis. Hey, isn't that something? Jeff Sunday came off of ESPN to play interim, and he won his first game, and they put Matt Ryan back. And believe it or not, they're competitive. I think they're 6-5. No, 5-5 and 1. If they wanted to tie, they've been 6-5. So kudos. And look at Detroit Lions. They won a game. Amazing. They are 3-6. That's like if they win 2 more games, it'll be like a Super Bowl for them. Um, they trying, This football is a very, very hard sport. Man, everybody wants to win. That's the reason so many people put their bodies and shorten their careers for the privilege to win. So it's a good game. I mean a good couple of games. I think Philly is facing somebody. It don't matter who the other people. But Philly is facing. I can't think, but they go win. They may be 11, 12 straight before they beat somebody. But it don't matter what you do in the regular season. It matters what you do February the 4th when you go into the Super Bowl, or in January when we go into the playoffs. That's when it matters. Everything else don't. It helps. You gotta win, and you gotta win those tough games. But you could be the best team in the world and lose at the very end. Look at Cincinnati. Nobody thought Cincinnati was going to do what they're going to do. So check them out. All right, got football out of the way. Let's talk about. Let's talk about a little bit byrna. I shot my byrna yesterday inside because it's getting kind of cold, and I just didn't want to set things up. But man, I was a little bit mad about something, but man, I channeled it in my shooting, and that I was on point. I was hitting where I need to hit, calm, load, unload. I kind of do a little bit more of a speed test, kind of, boom, 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 boom. So I did that, and I hit all my targets. I wasn't as far out as I was outside, but I hit my targets. And the thing is, I don't need to be an expert. I just need just enough to hit you. And to hit you with this kinetic and hit you with this pepper ball. So in my magazine, for those that's so technical, but in my magazine I have kinetic, and pepper ball, and then I got one that's more pepper ball. I know what color it is, just in case if I need to pull it out. So I shot my target, and I feel pretty good. I know byrna got a lot of good sales on their things, which is expect this holiday. It seemed like everybody put Christmas up by 15 more days. I don't remember. It's like it's Christmas. It's getting earlier and earlier celebration, but that's okay. I'm a Christmas guy anyway. I love the season and decorations. Finally, I was talking to a cop. I had dinner with a family member and with a cop who's a supervisor who also he brings Andy Reid down the field when the Chiefs are playing. He's on the security team. When you should see there's 2 officers next to the coach. He's one of those. Along with his duty, but we were talking about self-defense. We talk about 2A. You still feel that 2A is still important. We still need to have weapons. I asked him about constitution carry, open carry. He said, yeah, it's good. It could be a problem, but if people really want to get guns, they can get them, and if they're crooks, it's not like they're caring about how people feel. They doing what they wanted to do. So he was talking about situational awareness, and talk about kind of maintaining that, and being aware. And it's true, you gotta be aware of your surroundings and be conscious of everything around you. Which this is kind of interesting. I was in downtown KC and I was walking to a destination, and this person was in the garbage can, and he pulled up. He stick his head out, and I'm like this, because that's my natural self defense stance. I mean, I'm a martial artist, so I'm seeing this, and then he went back down in the dumpster. And I mean, I understand he's just trying to do what he's trying to do, stay warm, because temperatures are getting colder. So he doing what he got to do. But if he had jumped out, I mean, he would have got these hands, and these hands are hitting this about 1,000 times a day. So that would really hurt. Then I have my byrna on my back, but a lot of things I know it's just not a byrna situation. Sometimes you can just avoid it if you can. I just sense things when something about to pop off. Then I just I know how to maneuver. But places I don't usually go. Now it's the holiday season. There's a lot more things that I'm gonna do. Downtown, that type of stuff. Which I'm not the biggest fan of any downtowns. I hate large crowds, but it's the season, for that stuff. But anyway, it was a pretty good conversation in self-defense. He was talking about, right now a lot of the push is for more Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, it's the nice solution for self-defense, and not enough cops. He said not enough cops know how to do self-defense. They don't know it at all, to be honest with you. They know nothing. Academy is just a little bit. So he said they desperately need to add more self-defense, which is jiu-jitsu, which is probably the best and successful way to take a person down and keep them down. I think that's the best way to do. If you're taking down people, judo probably next. If you can legally get away with it. Most of the time, when you have criminals, whereas if you're working with mental health, there's always cameras around, so you can take down. But if you don't take down the right way, you can be, you can lose your license or written up or charges. So it's kind of a bad thing. It's like that person can beat you up, but you gotta take them down. But you gotta take them down not to hurt them, but that while they hurting you or try to hurt you. So it's kind of a lose-lose. So you have to do just enough. So cops do the same way in their field. They gotta do just enough to say you had that person compliant. This. If it goes the wrong way, they can lose their license. And a lot of cops don't know what they're doing. To just clearly don't. Unless they have military action, then yeah. If they went from military to being a cop, they usually know what they're doing. And it's not enough cops that do self-defense. That's what I'm finding out. It's not enough cops doing self-defense or continue their training outside of where they work. And I understand they overstressed and underpaid. So anyway, that is my time. I think this probably may be my longest video up to date. Till next time, I will do a Wakanda. I did see that Friday. I was decked out in all Wakandan, West African clothing, so that's kind of cool. But I will do a Wakanda Forever review, probably the next day or so. But it's interesting. It was an interesting movie. So until next time.